Duke Shi of Waters Edge is dead. For the people of Waters Edge, this is a tremendous relief. The incompetent oligarch had brought this once great city to its knees. Whether through corruption, ignorance, or just plain laziness, he was completely unwilling to help or to grow the city in any meaningful way. And as a result, it rotted within its own walls, bringing what was once the jewel of the Northern Territories into a rotted husk with battlements. For the players, this news came long after the parties had already started. The people were alive and they were happy. They knew this much. It was only in the afternoon, when they received an invitation, that they realised why everyone was celebrating. The Barbarian, the Thief, and the Ranger were local heroes. They had solved a few cases, found some missing children, killed some rats dwelling in the local cellars, and as a result they were expected to attend the funeral. The Barbarian happily accepted the invitation, just to make sure the bastard was dead. The Thief, well, it seemed like a good opportunity to pocket some silverware. And the Ranger was curious. He wanted to know why they had been invited. When the trio arrived at the Duke's mansion, they were pleasantly surprised. The Great Hall was laid out in the traditional funeral arrangements, with black garlands and the deceased lying reposed in a sealed casket. But the rest of the event was like a lavish party. The air was thick with smoke and dim with candlelight. Every hand had a wine glass in it, and every person was laughing and celebrating. Soft music played as they entered and worked their way through the crowd. The Barbarian helped himself to 2 bottles of wine and started eating sandwiches by the fistful. The Thief got to work, mingling, charming the ladies and loosening their necks of their fine jewels. The Ranger was more cautious. The old Lady Grey was there. Nearing her 2nd century, the old halfling was absolutely delighted. Light on her feet from whiskey and cigars, the old woman bellowed that she would never again have to pay that bastard 2 silver coins. At 8 p.m, the party was interrupted by the sound of locking bolts. An unseen force slammed the doors and windows shut and made the candles burn with a white-hot flame. The people were stunned into silence. And within the silence, the lid of the coffin began to rise. The Duke arose from within his resting place. He stretched sarcastically, as if he had just awoken from a nap. Ladies and gentlemen, I am so sorry to disappoint you, but as you can see, I am very much alive. You see, I needed to have a word with you. Every person here is a traitor, a political agitator. I needed to remove you, but I also knew that the only way I could get you all together would be over my dead body. You see, as you happily drink my wine and eat my food and talk shit about me, you have been poisoned. But you see, I am a humble and honest man, and I have decided generously to grant you mercy. There is exactly 1 dose of antidote, and I have left it in this chandelier above my head, in a glass vial. I'm sure you fine people will be able to decide who among you is deserving of this antidote. But do decide quickly. Before anyone could react, the Duke disappeared into a puff of smoke. The crowd was left speechless. Just then, the Barbarian failed a Constitution saving roll and fell to the floor in agony, revealing that the Duke was not lying about the poison. The Ranger and the Thief had to guard their friend as the crowd went mental. These once fine people tore at each other, desperate to claim the antidote. The Barbarian was nearing death. The only way to save him was to fight with these people, the people that they had sworn to protect. As the poison took hold, the crowd grew thin. It was a simple task for the Ranger to push them aside and grab hold of the antidote. With their friend on the brink of death, they fed him the contents of the vial. It was then that our DM revealed that there was no antidote. The bottle contained nothing but vinegar. The barbarian failed his final death saving throw and passed away. Luckily for us, death is just an inconvenience, if you know the right people. The ranger lifted up his friend's body, while the thief grabbed the last few valuables from the room. They would now go to find a cleric to revive the barbarian so that he could have revenge on Duke Shi. Subscribe to Goblin Hero for more stories. Thank you for listening.